Broadcasting weekly from the Walnut Community Center, this is the WNC Mountain Reporter.
Good evening, y'all. I'm Sarah Scully, and welcome back to another broadcast of the WNC Mountain Reporter. Let's start this week off loud and dirty. That was the very fitting name of the free benefit concert held this past Friday at the flood-damaged Madison County Arts Council building in Marshall. From a high school punk band to bluesy southern rock, a cappella ballads, and even some comedic raunchy poetry sprinkled in, it was an eclectic mix of sights and sounds and a celebration of the arts of Madison County.
This town has so much commitment to life, just to help build back a community and to help have a reason to bring people back together it's something to be so proud of.
It feels great. It's an incredible creative community, and we need more. I mean, art is like the pinnacle of life, right? It's the top. We need to get as much as we can back up to the top, and this is one of the ways to do it.
Arts Council member David Hughes was not only on stage with his band Paint Rock, but was the organizer and producer of the epic evening.
This space needs to be used like this for more life and art in this. There's so many people here that contribute so much of that. So I just made a bunch of phone calls to a bunch of friends. It was like, do you want to come do this? And everyone said yes. And no one has asked for anything. They've only offered stuff. And it's just been awesome. It's been great.
And although it was clearly no mystery, I wanted to hear from David how they arrived at the name Loud and Dirty.
And we didn't want to invite people to a show and then be like, oh God, why is it so gross in here? So say that it was dirty, and then we want to play loud music.
And play loud music they did. I think my ears are still ringing from that night, but it really was one for the books. And the Arts Council was able to raise $3,500 from the donation-based concert, which will be a huge help to their reopening. The Marshall Davis Sexton American Legion Post 317 in downtown Marshall was the only American Legion post in North Carolina destroyed by Hurricane Helene, suffering an estimated $260,000 in damages. Thanks to generous donations from other posts and private donors, Post 317 has raised more than $80,000, which will be used to fix its foundation. Now, a group called Fixing It for Christ has offered to rebuild the rest of Post 317, with renovations set to begin in mid-March. The new space will offer a more community-friendly layout, giving veterans a home away from home, while also opening its doors for local events. And now it's time for Quick Bites, keeping you in the know. This Thursday, March 6th, there will be a propane giveaway at Silver Mill Feed and Supply, starting at 8 a.m. and going until they run out. There is a limited supply, so get there early if you can. Rural Organizing and Resilience, also known as ROAR, will be hosting its third annual Native Tree Giveaway and Seed Swap on Saturday, March 8th from 12 to 2 at the Walnut Community Center. This year's tree varieties are persimmon, pecan, serviceberry, and hazelnut. So bring some seeds and scoop some trees. Also on Saturday, March 8th, Evie Von Selnick will once again be leading a volunteer river cleanup from 12 to 3 in Marshall. Bring contractor bags and gloves if you have them, but feel free to show up even if you don't. The exact location will be determined tomorrow, so check our Facebook page as we'll post it once we know, or you can text Evie directly with any questions at 828-582-0016. And if all that seed swapping or river restoring gets your appetite worked up, head on over to the Nanostead lot just off 2570, where the Marshall Relief Alliance will be hosting their weekly Feeding Hope community dinner from 4 to 7 p.m. These dinners are always a great time, with live music, delicious food, and a perfect setting to meet up with old and new friends. Friends of Madison County Animals has partnered with Appalachian Animal Hospital to provide affordable spay and neuter services for the furry friends of Madison County through a grant they recently received. For more information or to apply for the discount, go to the Friends of Madison County Animals Facebook page. And now, on to sports. The Madison High School women's soccer team had 2 matches last week, defeating McDowell on Tuesday 5-2, but losing to Inca on Thursday 2-0. Their next match will be tomorrow at home against Smoky Mountain starting at 6. Our MHS Student Athlete of the Week is Kimberly Talton, who finished 6th place in the State Wrestling Championships last week. Kimberly is a junior now, so we're all excited to see what she'll do in the ring next season. Do you or someone you know love Madison sports or just love talking sports in general? We're looking for a sportscaster, maybe a mom or dad, aunt or uncle of one of our athletes, or even a student, to read the sports section of the news on upcoming broadcasts. The volunteer position will require only a few-hour commitment each week, and we're looking for someone who can have fun with it. So if you think you know the perfect candidate, please have them reach out to wncmountainreporter@gmail.com. And that wraps up another week of the WNC Mountain Reporter. Here's your moment of Appalachian attitude, brought to you by the famous Rodney Sutton. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
I kissed her on her ruby red lips, her cheeks as white as snow. I asked my darling, are you dead? She softly whispered no. She softly whispered